Hello and welcome. It is January 30th, 2026. And as I speak to you, something unprecedented is unfolding beneath our planet. This is not a collision. It is not a flyby. It is not a near miss. It is an event occurring nearly 2,900 kilometers beneath your feet. 6 hours ago, at 4:15 Coordinated Universal Time, instruments at the Super Kamiokande Neutrino Observatory in Japan and the IceCube detector in Antarctica registered a simultaneous spike. The signal did not originate in space alone. It came from Earth's outer core. At first, scientists assumed noise. They always do. But this signal carried a structure, measured under geological pressure, repeating with absolute precision every 14 seconds. Imagine monitoring the deepest, most violent region of our planet. Normally, the data is chaos, turbulence, random motion. But at 4:15 Coordinated Universal Time, the noise vanished. What replaced it was rhythm. A pulse. Something disturbingly similar to a heartbeat. NASA's Deep Space Network has now confirmed that this internal signal is synchronized with emissions from 3I Atlas, the interstellar object currently positioned just beyond Mars. The probability of two independent signals aligning within 1 millisecond is effectively zero. This was not coincidence. It was sequence. 3 days ago, 3I Atlas executed what appeared to be a high-velocity gravitational maneuver. At the time, analysts believed it was slowing down. Now we know it deployed something. Not toward the surface. Into the planet itself. Whatever was released did not strike the Earth. It passed through the atmosphere without friction, bypassed the crust, and embedded itself directly at the core mantle boundary. And according to thermal escalation models, it is no longer dormant. Temperature readings in regions that should be stable have surged beyond 4,000 Kelvin. Matter at those pressures should not maintain structure. Yet the signal remains coherent. Agencies have gone silent. Reports have been classified. But seismic and gravity data are public, and buried inside that data is a story science fiction has never dared to tell. This is no longer a passive observation of a celestial object. This is interaction. To understand how we arrived here, we need to go back to January 27th. At 11 o'clock Coordinated Universal Time, 3I Atlas emitted a focused burst of particles. Not light. Not radio waves. A tightly collimated beam of heavy neutrinos, particles that should pass through Earth as if it weren't there. 8 minutes later, the beam arrived. And then something impossible happened. It stopped. IceCube recorded over 40,000 neutrino interactions in a single nanosecond. Sensors were overwhelmed. Super Kamiokande in Japan and Borexino in Italy registered the same event. Independent detectors. Identical results. The particles entered near the North Pole, traveled through the mantle, and deposited their energy in the outer core. Neutrinos do not behave like this unless they are engineered to. If you can program particles to halt at a specific density, you have a delivery system that bypasses every planetary defense. No impact. No warning. Just insertion. Moments later, global seismographs detected something unprecedented. Not an earthquake. No P waves. No S waves. Instead, the planet resonated as a whole, like a bell struck from the inside. The epicenter was not a fault line. It was the core. Gravity mapping has since revealed 3 regions where density is wrong, far denser than lead, forming distinct anomalies embedded in molten iron. Their placement is precise. An equilateral triangle. Pacific. Africa. Atlantic. Nature does not do this by accident. These structures are not biological in any Earth-based sense. They are plasma formations, high energy, self-organizing, absorbing geothermal energy and growing. Satellite data shows they are altering Earth's gravity field. Today, they are affecting the planet's rotation by microseconds. They are gaining mass. Inside these structures, we are observing something even more unsettling: organization. Lattice patterns. Helical formations within dusty plasma, structures capable of replication and evolution. They are generating magnetic fields. Not chaotic ones. Coherent fields. Connected. The Earth's core is becoming conductive tissue. Signals are passing between the three structures, forming a closed loop. A network. A planetary-scale neural system using molten iron as its medium. Even more disturbing, quantum measurements indicate entanglement between particles inside the core and particles within 3I Atlas itself. Communication without delay. Continuous observation. Gestation at relativistic speed. Energy absorption has increased exponentially. Yesterday, tens of terawatts. Today, hundreds. Projection models reach instability within and buried within the seismic pulse is modulation. Prime numbers. Pulse, pause. Pulse, pulse, pause. Pulse, pulse, pulse. These are not random fluctuations. They are signals. Meanwhile, the planet is responding. Auroras are appearing far from the poles. The sun is quiet. These lights are rising from below. Animals are disoriented. Magnetic navigation is failing. The core is asserting itself. Less than an hour ago, the situation escalated. A deep-sea hydrophone array in the Pacific went offline after recording a sound described as tearing, like matter being pulled apart. Sonar imagery near the Mariana Trench revealed something extending upward from beneath the seafloor. A tendril. Superheated plasma contained by magnetic flux, burning its way through the mantle at tens of kilometers per hour. It is hollow. Structured. A conduit. It is moving toward the thinnest section of Earth's crust. And 3I Atlas has repositioned itself directly overhead. This is not destruction. This is connection. Whatever is forming in the core is preparing to move. To emerge. To leave the incubator. We always imagined an invasion would come from above. We never considered it might come from below. Whether this is symbiosis or harvest remains unknown. In nature, intention does not require malice. Only survival. The clock is moving. The planet is changing. The breach is approaching. We searched the universe for life, scanning the sky, listening for whispers from the stars. And all this time, the answer was beneath us. The instruments are recording. The planet is resonating. And whatever is rising from the deep, we are about to meet it. Like, comment, subscribe.